Hey guys, it's Martin Cliffe here. Welcome to another video. I think as you're watching this, it is July 21st, which means we're nearly there. We're nearly out of Hong Kong and nearly on our way to Bucharest. Last week, you should have seen a video that, well, we confirmed exactly when we're moving, because at the moment as I'm filming this, we're a couple of days away from knowing that for certain. But yeah, in a couple of days' time, we should know exactly what we're doing. But the other week, because we've been having lots, because we've had lots of time to do this, of like farewell lunches with friends and stuff like that. And I was having a conversation with a fellow musician friend who was, when we were talking about my bass and instruments in general, and we came to the fact that, yeah, there's no such thing as a perfect instrument, even this one. Which is obviously my custom Mike Lull M5 fretless, and so the conversation came to, what would you change, or what is it that isn't quite perfect about the instrument? And because it's been a while, I can't specifically address some of the things, say some of the things that affect all of the M5 models. I can't exactly remember certain aspects of playability of my blue or green M5s, but I suspect that certainly some of the things that maybe not perfect isn't the word, but maybe I would change. Yeah, just some ideas. So I thought it'd be a very quick video. I can't plug in, I don't have any amp or anything to plug in. And everything here, nothing has a significant impact on playability and nothing has a significant impact on tone. So yeah, the things that really matter about an instrument are pretty much spot on with this, and I am absolutely happy with this and the green one and the blue one. But there are just a couple of things that I think if I was designing this instrument, I would tweak. And you know, this is meant as no disrespect at all to the guys at Mike Lull Custom Guitars. It's just something that if I could make any small suggestions of slight tweaks that would make the instrument better for me, this are them. So the first one is a kind of practical kind of playability kind of thing. Just as in soap bar pickups, if you've ever played a bass with soap bar pickups, you have to be very careful with the foam you put underneath, because if it's too soft, or there just isn't enough of it, as I suspect is the issue here, if you hit them, I don't know exactly how well that'll pick up on the lapel mic, but basically, occasionally when I'm playing, I'll pluck the string, and I'll hit the pickup, and then it'll flick it. And you don't hear it through the amp, but you do hear it when you're practicing. And basically what it is it just needs more foam between the pickup and the wood, or something stiffer, a stiffer type of foam between the pickup and the wood to hold it in place. Now it's something that's an easy fix. It's something that next time I restring it, I will be able to do that. And I kind of get that, you know, people obviously like different pickup heights, so it's difficult for a manufacturer to judge that. And also a lot of people probably don't pluck as hard as I do. So yeah, that's something that is perhaps more of an issue for me than it is for some people. But that's the first thing. Second thing is a very, very cosmetic thing on this particular bass. The finishing inside just where the truss rod adjustment is not perfect. There's a little bit where you can see the kind of white primer or whatever it is underneath. And I think if it were me, I would maybe see about putting some kind of little plastic plug or something in there just to fill that hole, because where you see the bare wood through, you're seeing the swamp ash, not the maple, and it's not the prettiest thing in the world. It's not perfectly finished. So yeah, I mean, as I say, it's a very, very small thing. Not the biggest fan of truss rod adjustments at the body end anyway, but that's a personal thing, and no major issue with that. On the neck pocket. This particular ferrule stands slightly proud of the wood. And if you're not careful, you can just catch it very slightly. Now, when you're playing, again, this is difficult to demonstrate, you don't notice it because your hand doesn't actually touch that neck bolt. It's just something you notice when you're not playing it. And I suspect that it's just specific to this particular instrument, that maybe they didn't quite get the ferrule in as deep, or it just needed filing back a little bit or something, because I don't remember noticing it on either of my others. So yeah, it may just be a one-off freak little thing. It may be I just need to unscrew the bolt, turn the ferrule a bit, and then it'll sit in a bit better, and it'll all be good. I've not had a chance to try that yet. While we're on the back, battery compartment. 2 batteries in here, 2 9-volt batteries in here, screwed in. Give us a removable plate in some kind of way, whether magnetic or clip-in or something. This is something that is definitely not just a Mike Lull issue. This is something that many manufacturers do, and pedal manufacturers as well. It's like no one wants to have to unscrew stuff to change the battery. Yamaha got it right 30 years ago with the TRBs. Just a little plastic thing that clips off. Very simple. I'd say nothing significant. There are very minor things. The battery life is really good. It's not something you're changing every week or anything. But yeah, it's just, let's say, little tiny niggles. And then we come to the actual design of the instrument. And again, this is very specific. This is a 35-inch bass. 35-inch bass with a 4+1 headstock is a very long instrument, to the point that it does fit in a SKB FP4 case, but it's very tight at the headstock end. And there are a number of ways that I think a number of approaches that could have made it just slightly shorter. For a start, I'm not the biggest fan of a 4+1 headstock, and I appreciate that. That's a very personal thing. There is room on the headstock down here to make it a 3+2. Then it would be a shorter headstock, and you wouldn't have that issue. It would also be a little bit more ergonomic to my mind. But then I don't know where you'd put the logo, and it would change it so it would be more different from the 4-string version. I get that they want to be more consistent with the 4-string one, which is a 4 on the top, but the 4-string one is only a 34-inch scale anyway, because they don't make a 35-inch scale 4-string, which is one reason why I don't have any 4-strings. Because I'm so used to a 35-inch scale, I wouldn't pay a lot of money for a 34-inch 4-string bass. So that would be one solution. But the other one might even be simpler still, rather than going to a 3+2 headstock. Upper fret access is so good that you could quite literally move the neck pocket, the pickups, and the bridge about 1 centimetre, about 3/8 of an inch, that way. And then you wouldn't have to change anything else, and it would just make the bass a little bit more manageable, a little bit better balanced. It's not neck heavy, but it's certainly not neck light. So a good strap is useful because it's got a lot of metal work a long way from the body, and particularly with a detuner on as well. So again, it's just a simple little thing. Shift the whole thing by 3/8 of an inch, 1 centimetre. There's still plenty of room for it, and it would just make the whole thing marginally more comfortable, marginally more ergonomic, and it'd fit in cases better. Now, as you can see, none of these are significant criticisms, because realistically, if I had significant issues with the Mike Lull M5, I wouldn't have bought 3 of them. This is a beautiful bass. It sounds amazing. It plays amazingly. It looks great. The service was second to none. Really happy with the instrument. There's just a few, when asked the question of what makes it not quite perfect for you. And I'm sure any guitar that any of us look at, we could find things that don't make it quite perfect for us. These are the little things that I came up with. So foam under the pickup, easy fix. Neck ferrule, potentially an easy fix. Battery compartment, minor irritation. And then just a couple of options for just reducing the length of the instrument slightly so it fits better in a case. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next week. Take care.